She can sing, she can move. Look at that outfit. And I feel like I'm in the wrong place to be listening to this song. I really need to be in a club. She was out, her ears were not working in that moment. Kia ora and welcome, my name is Stevie and I'm your vocal coach for today. We are going to be taking a look with Senhit, with Superstar, representing San Marino at Eurovision. We're going to be taking a look, what are they up to with their vocal technique? How are they creating these stunning sounds? Although I've never heard the song before, so we'll just call it stunning in advance. And how can you create these sounds? Never heard this in my life. I love this. New music's amazing. We have to give that. Look at that entrance. I'm already excited for this song. But before I get there, can you just do me a huge favor? Can you hit the subscribe button? It really does help me. So many people that watch my videos are not subscribed to the channel. You have no idea how much it helps me to help more people like yourself with their vocal technique. I'm a full-time singing teacher and I would be forever grateful. Let's just get it.
All the boys in the back wearing black, looking like they're up to something. Yeah. All the girls on the floor looking for something more, like it's all or nothing. Neon lights, smoky eyes, dripping diamonds, flashing lights.
Okay, I'm not 100% sure if this is live, but I'm here for it. This just made me... She can sing, she can move. Look at that outfit. And I'm going to watch that again because I'm just feeling very inadequate again.
All the boys in the back wearing black, looking like they're up to something. Yeah. All the girls on the floor looking.
I love it. So got all the girls in the back. But so we've got a bit of the chest voice, but because of the amount of thyroid tilt in there, we're also allowing the vocal folds. If I do that, it's just basically just like on one note. So we've got the chest voice there, lots of thyroid tilt, helping it to sound more sung, and the vocal folds just open slightly to allow that amount of breath to come in. And that's really important. We'll talk about how to sing with more breath without like basically needing to cough through an entire song.
Like up to something. Yeah. All the girls on the floor looking for something more, like it's all or nothing. Neon lights, smoky eyes, dripping diamonds, flashing lights. There you are. Oh, look at you, staring at your shoes like you're scared or something.
Okay. So this is definitely pre-recorded. We're just going to take it as a live performance, okay? Because it does say the national final performance, so we'll just take it as that. So we're going to go back on this. Notice the stability in the sound, even as she's moving around. It's incredibly difficult, and this is why, especially when we're moving around, it's much easier for us to stay in a chest voice quality because of that thickness of the vocal folds. It really helps us to hold back the breath. Let's just go back on that.
Diamonds, flashing lights. There you are. Oh, look at you, staring at your shoes like you're scared or something. Oh, baby, there you are. Go and get it like a
Neon lights, fashion lights. It sounds quite high, actually, to my ears anyway, but actually only up on the B flat 4 there. Now, timbre can change depending on the singers. That could be due to larynx height, but also the size of the larynx itself. And that's usually determined by the size of the person. Now, I've got absolutely no idea how big she is because she's on my TV, right? She looks this big. But for example, like a singer, like we know Ariana Grande is like 5 foot tall or 4'11" or something. And she has, usually really tiny people have also tiny larynges.
diamonds, flashing lights. There you are. Oh, look at you, staring at your shoes like you're scared or something.
I love that. Neon lights, flashing lights, dripping diamonds, say, oh, there you are. Or whatever the words are. So we've got the, there you are. When we're taking back down into that chest voice, we've got a couple of options there. There you are, to go back with the vocal folds closed, or there you are, kind of to stay in that breathy chest voice. That doesn't, to my ears, sound like it is in falsetto. Otherwise we go, there you are. We'd have too much breath coming through in the at the end of the phrase, and we wouldn't have enough vocal fold closure in order to like make the tone that low. So these are the sort of things that we need to kind of take into consideration when we're singing low with a breathy voice quality.
Oh baby, there you are. Go and get it like a superstar. Go and do it for the broken heart. 'Cause baby,
I think I love this song. I think this is going to be there. I've got so many anthems. It's like when I talk to people that know me, and I'm like, that's my favorite. Everything's my fucking favorite. I love it. There you are. Let's just go back on that because I just got too excited about the lyrics.
you're a soul and do it for the broken heart. 'Cause baby, you're a superstar, superstar. There you are. Go ahead and show them all your scars. Go and show exactly who you are. Let them know you're a superstar.
So we're seeing the work going on here in Senhit's neck. Now, I do get singers coming and going like, oh, they're working really hard here. Like, should I be working that hard? No. Everybody is individual. The amount of like neck tension someone has is has no direct correlation with how much they are working. I have singers who have extremely tight neck muscles, but that's due to like stress and not due to the fact that they're putting lots of effort into their singing. So please do not try and mimic that. What we can sometimes do though is if we engage those neck muscles, and I'm like really engaging, and you can barely see mine due to a layer of fat. Yeah. So when we engage those head and those neck muscles, that can help us to stabilize the larynx.
Go and show exactly who you are. Let them know you're a superstar, superstar. Baby, you're a gem, freaky queen at 4 a.m. You're really something. And it's about time you get up, show it up what you're becoming.
Okay, so we're actually up on the B4. Where you are. So that is, I mean, I said the B flat. The B flat used to be like the highest kind of note that we would take our chest voice up to, and this is the B. So we go, where you are. Lots of thyroid tilt going on, then that's allowing her to take that chest voice higher up in the range. You could almost argue this is turning into a bit of like a mixed kind of voice quality in here, but basically we're taking the chest voice like a louder sound higher in the range.
And it's about time you get up, show it up what you're becoming. Oh, they drop themselves on the floor. They never see perfection like this before. Oh, baby, I know that you've been too held and back, but there is one thing.
I have to admit, I'm a bit of a fan of like a male dance troupe. So we're gonna. Did you notice the difference in the volume between the chorus and the verse? So important when we're coming back down into a lower pitch, which usually happens like chorus is up here and verse is down here in singing. We need to make sure that we're dropping that volume back down again, and because otherwise we will over pressurize those lower notes. I mean, Senhit, she looks incredible on stage. We're hearing the stability in the sound. She has been, doing this for a very long time. She's a very experienced performing
There is
now.
one thing. Oh, baby, there you are. Go and get it like a superstar. Go and do it for the broken heart.
Oh, we're actually up on the C sharp 5. Star! Oh my fucking God, I should have warmed up before I did that. Star! I don't know how she did it with such a wide mouth position. And this is why it's really tricky when I have so many singers come into the studio and they're like, oh, I saw Beyonce do this, so I thought I would try it. We can't always take what they're doing and go like copy and paste it onto our technique, okay? She might have the ability to open her mouth more in order to darken that higher C sharp 5 there. But for example, me, who hasn't sung the song before, I would need to kind of like perfectly place it with a higher tongue position and a slightly more close. Star, slightly closed mouth position for my voice before I could then open up on the vowel like she's done in that moment. So this is where we need to learn vocal technique in isolation with our own voices and get that feedback like really personally, because there isn't like one vocal technique to rule them all, okay? Okay, I feel like I'm in the wrong place to be listening to this song. I really need to be in a club with I got a drink in my hand. It needs to be way darker though, with a lot more neon, a lot more people around me. Okay, so I like the way that I like the way. Oh, fuck what I think about it. I was going to say I like the way again. So it doesn't matter what I like. It's not about me, it's about her. You can hear in that second verse, she's bringing in more energy into the sound by bringing in more to the start and the end of her phrases. We've got a little bit more of that slack onset. This is kind of typical. Honestly, whenever I do the slack onset, I'm like, oh, baby, baby. Like literally Britney Spears comes into mind with that one. But a lot of artists use it. We've talked about it before on the channel. So that really great way actually to access that thicker vocal fold without excess pressure. But it can be a way that we can increase the urgency and the energy in the sound.
Never seen perfection like this before. Oh, baby, I know that you've been to hell and back, but there is one thing. Oh, baby, there you are. Go, go and get it like a superstar. Go, go and do it for the broken heart. 'Cause, baby, you're a superstar, superstar. There you are. Go, go.
I had to chuckle. She was out. Her ears were not working in that moment, and then there you go. It is not a live performance. And again, who cares? Who cares? So we've got there you are. Very similar vocal quality in this moment. A lot of singers come into the studio and they're like, oh, Zoe, I really want that like husky kind of nature that comes into people's voices. Now, I'm not a doctor. I haven't seen Senhit's vocal folds. I don't know why we're getting that little bit of huskiness kind of come in. I'm not going to comment on the huskiness, but it could come through a variety of different reasons. It could also be something to do with the vocal folds themselves. Could also be like a little bit of pressure, a little bit of constriction inside the throat itself. But it could also be just due to the fact that for Eurovision, they are performing for so long and doing so many performances. It could also just be that she's really tired. Doesn't matter why that huskiness is coming in there. I would encourage you to watch a whole bunch of different performances before going like, that's what I want to sound like. Also, we just have our own morphology of our own voices. So it's about really like learning to love your own. I'm sure Senhit does, because this performance is awesome. Bunch of dances all of a sudden and think, do you know what? I just have to say, I really feel for her. That audience is dry as a bone. And she's having to work really, really hard to bring the energy into that performance. That is hard. That is hard work. Yeah. And sometimes when that happens, we actually often think that we have to overdo it with our own singing. Obviously, she's the ultimate professional, so she's not doing that. But like, that's hard when you're not getting that energy back. Yeah. Oh my goodness me. Okay. I do like a bit of EDM. I do really like a bit of EDM, but I suppose I wanted something like a little bit different within the song. It would be perfect. Like, this would be something that I would listen to like in my free time, but in terms of the actual vocal analysis, we have something very similar going on within the vocals there. And I suppose I did feel a little bit let down that it wasn't 100% live, no matter kind of what I said. Just I'll be honest with you. I'm honest with you all the time. Who you are. So we've actually got, as I've said earlier, a relatively high chest voice placement for that chorus way up here on that C#5. That could be quite challenging. Just like I've kind of done with the b-b-b. I'd encourage you to try and do that on the b-b-b. What that's going to do is help us getting my words all muddled up, to help us to create a bit of back pressure so that we can close those thicker vocal folds further up in the range. But it is really about getting that high larynx position as well. Although I said don't look at the tension going on here in the neck. That tension within the neck can also be a telltale sign that the larynx is in. Excuse me, I got a bit of hiccups for the moment. Too much coffee. It's where the larynx, it could be a sign to show that the larynx is raising in that moment. To hear who you are, you can kind of see they start to kind of turn on a little bit more there as I'm working harder to keep the larynx in that higher position with those thicker vocal folds, or with that increase in the subglottic pressure there. Oh, wow. Let me know down in the comments if you have seen any of the Eurovision performances live. I would love to hear from you. I bet the energy was just so exciting. Do me a huge favor. If you could hit that subscribe button, you would make my year. Honestly, I'm a full-time singing teacher. If you didn't already realize. And contrary to many of the analyses that go on out there in the world, I am actually a full-time professional singer and singing teacher. And this is... I started my YouTube channel because this is something that I really, really enjoy. I do this so regularly with my own singing students, talking about performers. What are they doing with their voices? Because so many of my singing students want to be able to create these sounds. And I thought, do you know what? If you're asking this question, other people will be asking those questions as well. And that's why I started here on YouTube, because this is something that I absolutely love to do. And I'm so happy that I found a community of people like yourself that also enjoy like obsessing about musical theater and like the tiniest little things that you can do about it, because honestly I eat, live and breathe everything to do with singing. So I just want to say thank you so much for joining me. Check out some more Eurovision up here and I'll see you around next time. Yeah, you're awesome. Just want to let you know that.